If you don't matter to yourself, why the fuck should you matter to anyone else? Now, when was it okay to not be in the most optimal shape for yourself? When was it okay to not be in the most healthy state of being a fucking primate? When was it okay to self-deplete yourself and to circumnavigate yourself towards certain addictions to slowly but surely passively kill yourself? When was it okay to deviate from the norm, which is your best interest? So we live on a fucking planet where we have fucking brainless primates that couldn't fire off a fucking neuron in the direction to understand that they are operating from a biased standpoint that is not serving their best interest. And so when you realize that the world is filled with a bunch of fucking brainless monkeys that don't even know how to peel a banana, that can't even realize that every time you hit a cigarette, you're fucking killing yourself, They can't even realize that every time you eat McDonald's, you're going to be fat and you're going to be insecure, We live on a planet where people cannot take two logical conceptualizations, put them together, and then come with a answer to what the fuck they're trying to do. So every time you put unhealthy habits with more unhealthy habits, you're going to be an unhealthy bitch, you dumb fuck. So make a choice to not be an unhealthy fuck. Make a choice to not be an addicted fuck. And make a choice to develop yourself. Look at your habits. Your habits are a reflection of you. What are you embodying day to day? What habits do you put your time and energy into? And what are you reflecting into the universe, which is a reflection of yourself? So life is not a window, it's a mirror. So you can scroll brainlessly on TikTok and you can, escape your reality through consumerism. But when we evaluate you purely based off what you put your time and energy into, we realize how valueless, how worthless, and how useless you are to the human species as a whole, to the collective unconscious. So if you have this talent, if you have something within you that is seeking to be expressed without you, which in the external world, you're externalizing that internal, everyone has their innate, intrinsic thing that they want to bring forth. And a lot of people cap themselves because they're too insecure, they're full of fear, they're too much of a bitch to look in the mirror and say, fuck, I got something I want to say, I got something I want to do in life, and I'm going to pursue that, and I'm not going to condition myself to everyone else's standards, and I'm going to create my own. I'm going to deviate from this, this slave morality, slave conditioning of society, and I'm going to walk my own path, and I'm going to create my own path and align with the best outcome by being my best self. And in a world full of primates who don't have the common fucking sense and the rationalization and the conceptualization to conceptualize the fucking idea of them being in the best version of themselves, of them embodying the best habits for themselves, of walking that path that they would want to create instead of deviating to something they don't even want to fucking do. You're going to places and spaces you don't want to be at times you don't want to go. And then you realize that, at the end of that, you're tired, you're miserable. You need to put your time and energy into something that gives back to you. In a world full of self-depleting organisms that fail at being primates, that sit there and deplete themselves and have a motivation in their mind, because remember, a motivation is a force of momentum to drive you to act and behave in certain specific ways and certain specifications. So when you have a motivation to vape, when you have a motivation to smoke weed, when you have a motivation to hit a vape or eat unhealthy, or to not choose the most optimal thing for you, the most optimal outcome for yourself, it's because you have a motivation to be less. And so you can say you want to be more, and everyone deep down has the intrinsic, this is a universal fucking mechanism to force you to evolve within the universe. If you're not evolving, you're devolving. And, as a fucking organism on Earth, every organism, including the plant, including grass, everything evolves. And if you're not evolving, you're devolving. And if you're devolving, it's because you are actively engaging in something that is blocking you from evolving. You are blockading and impeding your own evolution, because evolution is a byproduct of your existence. And if you are blockading your own evolution, you are impeding the growth of your own existence. The plant does not sit there and stop itself from growing because of some weird reason that it's concocted fucking through, bullshit and, just doing bullshit. It's like, no, the plant has one thing, one goal, and it's to grow. And intrinsically, in every organism on the planet has the same fucking goal: to grow, to evolve, and to expand. When we look at the universe, when we look at the nature, the inherent nature of the universe, because we have to understand, from the Big Bang to nothing, to everything, before we were humans, down the evolutionary timeline of the universe on a cosmic scale, we were a part of that nothing. And so through evolution of the universe and expansion, thus here we are today. We are just the universe evolved into the stuff, into the consciousness, into the conscious form of a human. Now, understand that every time you identify with that low-level piece of shit in the mirror, you inherently disengage that evolutionary standard for yourself. So your standards are so low that you went your entire life never actually looking in the mirror and realizing that you never grown at all. You're the same person you were 10 years ago. The only thing that fucking changed was the shoes you wear and the fucking jacket you have on. Fucking pussy. You have an inherent thing. You have an inherent nature forcing you to evolve in life and to expand in every metric of existence. Not just the metrics you want to pursue, every metric of existence. So if you're not growing fitness-wise, if you're not growing mentally, if you're not growing spiritually, if you're not growing in every aspect of your fucking life, if you're not growing financially, you are failing at being a fucking organism, and you are rejecting the fucking nature that you have been gifted with by being a byproduct of universal expansion, aka a universal evolution. So again, you can go your entire life faking and being what the fuck you're not, which is a failure. Or you can realize that, there's something intrinsically buried within you, and the only way you can uncover that is through max amount of effort in everything that you fucking do. So everything you do, everything you put your time and energy into that is giving back and adding onto your existence, the only way you can uncover who you truly are is by maximizing and setting that self-development in motion, because self-development is self-development, and self-development is just the compounding of your development, which is evolution. So evolution is just the compounding of the development of the organism / species. Now, if you're not compounding your development, then you're definitely not evolving. And if you're definitely not evolving, you're definitely evolving. So you can devolve and remain whatever the fuck that concoction of excuses, failure, attempted self-development and personal pursuit, attempted and always failed and always half-assed committed because you weren't motivated enough. But then we realized that motivation is just a force of momentum. So it's not that you weren't motivated to develop, it's that you were motivated and committed to not developing. So instead of looking at it like I need motivation, which is to be scarce in motivation when you literally have infinite motivation and limitless motivation, you are just not motivated. You are motivated to stay a bitch, and you're not motivated to grow. So you have to understand that on a scale, if we had a scale and we put one motivation to be a bitch on this side and another motivation to be better in this side, and the bitch side is weighing down the side to be better, well, then you're never gonna fucking evolve in life. It's because you have your priorities all fucked up. So make a choice to be better. Mindset coaching, fitness coaching, mentoring in the description. Everything you need to become a better individual, to align you to that best version of yourself, to grow in mental, spiritual, and physical alignment through activities and transforming your daily habits to align with a better version of yourself, instead of alleviate and undermine how much of a failure you've been being your entire fucking life. Peace.